Selamat pagi. So here I am, out in the rainy jungle wilderness. Actually, it's not so much jungle, exactly where I am. I'm more in the rice paddy fields, one of my favourite walks, and these just go on for miles. So I've come from this direction over here, that's where I'm heading back again. There's actually yoga, incidentally, a fabulous yoga studio right underneath that big tree. Alright, so this week's thought, is there is no perfect. So what do I mean by that? I mean that life is imperfectly perfect. And we're going to have a great example of that right now with a motorbike going by quite loudly here in the fields, as they do. So, oh, in fact, right past me. There we go. So that makes a perfectly imperfect video for you. A little bit of live action. And in fact, we have a farmer working in the fields right here. It's all go today. It must be a good day to be out in the fields. It looks like we've got a bicycle coming, so I might hop out of the way. So this is a great illustration actually of perfectly imperfect. And I was having a chat with a friend recently, Erin, one of our great chats, and this came up, the concept of something being perfect. And this is something that I used to strive towards, is to be perfect. You know, I'll get there and it will be just exactly right. And for me now, I've realized that I was putting a lot of pressure on myself. And it also meant that I was in a situation where I put myself in this environment of denial, basically, to kind of say, oh, no, everything's great, when in fact it wasn't, because I needed to reach that perfection, if you like. It needed to be perfect. It's like we're going a bit misty. Bear with me. So, yeah, so it's, for me, taking a different stance on this, standing outside of this concept of perfect and saying actually it's perfect just the way that it is, it's perfectly imperfect. And when it comes to setting a goal, it can be a really powerful place to begin, to actually accept where we are right now. And unless that happens, it becomes super challenging to actually reach that goal. So what I mean by this is, let's say if your goal is our goal is to eat more healthy food choices. And right now we're eating a high carb, low density, nutrient food. And so we need to get clear about that's actually where we are before we can make that change. We set the goal that's desirable, create a plan, take the steps of the plan, reassess, and then go again. And get some help from somebody who knows, somebody who's been there and done that. And so with any goal, this is a very powerful place to begin. Selamat pagi. Yeah, so I trust that's useful, and I trust that you've been able to focus on the message today in this beautiful jungle paradise. I call it jungle, a mixture of jungle and rice paddies. And here's trusting that the rain actually eases off. It's kind of lurking. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Semoga harimu indah, and connect with you soon. And just before we sign off, I would love to hear your thoughts on perfect, the concept of perfect and the concept of perfectly imperfect, your thoughts on it and any experience you've had. Ciao.